In this video, we'll show you how to do stocking stitch. We're using Hayfield Bonus DK and you'll use the yarn and needles in your pattern. Stocking stitch is a pattern which uses both knit and purl stitches. If you haven't done a knit stitch yet, try looking at the video for garter stitch, which will show you how to do your knit side. The knit stitch is worked on the front of the work, and now I'm going to start by showing you the purl stitch, which is generally worked on the back. Purl stitch, you can see, has a much bumpier texture, with the knit stitch creating these very sort of traditional front of the knit V's on the front. When you're working the purl, you want to make sure that your yarn is over the top of your work and to the front, and we're going to go in slightly differently. So we want to take our right hand needle and we're going to go into the stitch, and this time we're coming from the side and we're going over the top of our left hand needle. So we're coming in and over the top, crossing our needles on the top. You're going to take your yarn and we're going to go round the back of your needle to the front. So I'll go through that, and then we'll take our yarn round the back of the needle to the front, hold, and this time we're going to push back and through our stitch and slip our stitch across onto our right hand needle. So our purl stitch comes in from the right hand side through the top of the stitch, crossing over, taking our yarn, going round the needle, round the back, holding our yarn here nice and firm so that stitch is secure, and coming back through, crossing our needles and slipping it off. I'm going to repeat that, so across, loop round, take our needle, slipping it off, and you'll work your purl stitch all the way across, and then for stocking stitch you'll then turn your work, and we're now on what is generally the front. If you're asked to use reverse stocking stitch, this is where the side where we've got the V's is then referred to as the back, and the bumps from our purl side are used as the front. To complete your stocking stitch, you would then work your next row across in the opposite stitch using knit. And that's how we do stocking stitch and use the purl stitch. Practice until you're confident, and then head to surdal.com for more stitches, beginner kits, patterns and yarn.